Welcome back to English Edge. It's your favorite linguistic duo, Vicky and Leo, here to crack open another fascinating and, frankly, quite terrifying topic today.
Terrifying is right, Leo. I mean, who likes job interviews, especially in English, right? It's like, trying to juggle flaming torches while reciting Shakespeare backward.
Yeah, it's a skill that, let's be honest, can seriously land you that dream role or, not. So we're here to make sure it's the former for all of you.
Exactly. We've got a whole bag of tricks for you. We're going to cover some really solid strategies for confidently answering those common, tell me about yourself kind of questions.
Oh, and don't forget the key phrases. I mean, it's not just what you say, but how you say it, isn't it? We'll get into those power phrases that really make you sound like a pro. Plus, some essential cultural tips because, an interview in London isn't quite the same as one in New York or Tokyo.
Totally. It's all about finessing your approach. So if you've ever felt a bit, tongue-tied or unsure in an English interview, then stick with us. You're definitely in the right place.
Absolutely. Grab your virtual notepad, maybe a stress ball, and get ready because we are going to help you ace that next interview. You ready, Vicky?
Oh, I was born ready, Leo. Let's do this.
So, Vicky, interviews. They're like the ultimate improv challenge, right? Especially when they hit you with that classic, tell me about yourself. What even is that question? Is it my life story, my favorite color, my deepest fears?
Good point. So what's the secret? Because honestly, my go-to is usually a nervous laugh and, I exist.
No. The trick is to keep it professional and concise. Think of it as your elevator pitch, but for your career. Like, for example, instead of, I was born in a small town, loved ponies, you'd go with something like, I'm a marketing specialist with 5 years experience leading successful campaigns.
Oh, so just the highlights reel, not the entire director's cut. Got it. So just a quick snapshot of what you do, what you're good at, and maybe a little bit of, your professional journey.
Precisely. And on a similar note, what about when they hit you with, what are your strengths? My immediate thought is always, I can parallel park on the first try. But I don't think that flies in, say, a senior analyst interview.
Depends on the company car policy, Vicky. But seriously, this is where you highlight skills that are actually relevant to the job. Don't just list generic good qualities. You want to match them to the job description, don't you?
Right. So instead of, I'm good at making coffee, you'd say something like, I'm adaptable and data-driven, especially if you're, aiming for a role that needs quick thinking and analytical prowess. It makes it clear you're not just saying nice things about yourself, you're saying useful things.
That makes sense. It's like show, don't just tell. And speaking of showing, that brings us to the mystical, the magical, the STAR method.
Ah, the STAR method. It sounds like something out of a superhero movie, doesn't it? Situation, task, action, result. It's truly your superpower for those tricky behavioral questions, the ones that start with, describe a time when you...
Yeah, like describe a time you faced a challenge. My mind immediately goes blank. Like, was that last Tuesday when my Wi-Fi died? But the STAR method, it's a structured way to tell a compelling story about your experience.
Exactly. It helps you walk the interviewer through a specific scenario, showing them how you tackled a problem and, crucially, what the outcome was. So, for example, if they ask about a challenge you faced.
Let's take a listener through an example here. So, in my last role, that's your situation, right? You're setting the scene. I was tasked with reviving a failing project, and Vicky, that's your task. That's what you had to do.
Spot on, Leo. Then comes the action, and this is where you shine. It's not just, I did stuff, it's specific steps. I reorganized the team and set clear deadlines. See? Concrete actions.
And then the grand finale, the result. This is the juicy part, the measurable impact. Boosting completion rates by 30%. Boom! That's impressive. It's not just I fixed it, it's I fixed it and here's the proof.
Exactly. And the beauty of STAR is it forces you to be specific and highlight your achievements. Even when you're talking about a challenge, it's not just complaining about a tough situation, it's showcasing your problem-solving skills and the positive outcome.
So instead of nervously rambling, you have a clear, concise, and impactful story. It really does turn a daunting question into an opportunity to show off effectively.
Absolutely. So remember that, folks. Situation, task, action, result. Your secret weapon for nailing those behavioral questions. So we've got the STAR method down for those tricky behavioral questions, but what about just generally sounding, impressive? Like not just what you say, but how you say it and the actual words you choose.
Oh, absolutely, Leah, because let's be honest, you could have the best experience in the world, but if you say, I kinda, sorta led a thing once, it doesn't quite have the same oomph, does it?
No, it sounds like you're describing a slightly organized picnic. So what are these oomph phrases, Vicky? Spill the beans.
All right. One of my favorites for when you've really taken charge is I spearheaded.
I spearheaded. Ooh, that sounds powerful, like you're leading a charge with a pointy stick. I like it. So instead of I helped out with, it's I spearheaded the new marketing campaign. Big difference.
Exactly. It implies leadership, initiative, and direct responsibility. It's like I didn't just participate, I drove this thing. Try it. I spearheaded.
I'm passionate about. Okay, so this is where you don't just say, I kind of like doing this job. It's more like I'm passionate about streamlining processes, or I'm passionate about turning complex data into actionable insights.
Yes, it shows genuine interest beyond just, collecting a paycheck. And interviewers really, they respond to that energy. It makes you seem like you're not just looking for a job, but this job.
So it's about connecting your personal drive to the professional role? Got it. And what about when they ask about your greatest strength? Because, like we said, parallel parking probably isn't it.
Right. For that, we have my key strength is. It's direct, it's confident, and it focuses on a single impactful trait. Like my key strength is problem solving, or my key strength is building strong client relationships.
My key strength is my ability to find humor in any situation. See, Vicky, I'm just adapting these for my skill set.
Oh, absolutely. It's like you can say, I spearheaded, but if you whisper it like you're confessing to a crime, it kind of loses its punch.
Precisely. So let's talk about pronunciation and tone. When you say something like, I'm confident in my ability to deliver results, you don't want to mumble the confident part. You want to emphasize it.
So I'm confident in my ability to deliver results. Like, you're not just saying it, you believe it. You put a little bit of vocal gravitas into it.
Exactly. Think of it like this. Your voice is part of your professional toolkit. So when you're using phrases like I spearheaded, I'm passionate about, or my key strength is, make sure your tone matches the power of the words. Project that confidence. It makes all the difference. So we've nailed the powerful phrases, the confident delivery, but what about the unspoken rules? The things that change depending on where you are on the globe.
Ah, yes, Leo, the invisible minefield of cultural etiquette. Because, trust me, what flies in New York might get you a raised eyebrow in London or a very polite but firm no thank you in Tokyo.
Oh gosh, so I can't just burst in with my I spearheaded this in every country, because I've been working on my spearheaded delivery, It's really getting there.
Well, you can, but it might need a little contextual adjustment. Let's start with, say, the U.S., because that's often where people think about this first.
Right. The U.S., the land of like bold ambition and directness, right?
Precisely. In the US, generally speaking, interviewers appreciate directness. You want to emphasize your achievements clearly. Don't be shy about saying, I achieved X or I led Y. It's not bragging, it's just, stating facts.
So no humble bragging, just straight up bragging. Got it. And eye contact too, right? Like a firm, steady gaze.
Exactly! Maintained good eye contact. It shows confidence and engagement. If you're looking at your shoes the whole time, they might think you're nervous or perhaps plotting your escape route.
Or trying to read the answers written on your socks. Okay, so direct, confident, look him in the eye. What about across the pond in the UK? My British sensibilities are already twitching.
The UK. A bit different. While confidence is still key, you want to balance it with a touch of humility. It's less about, I crushed it, and more about, I was part of a great team and we achieved X.
So less, look at me, I'm amazing, and more, we were all amazing, and I just happened to be standing in the front? Is that what you mean? Like a subtle nod to the team effort?
Yes, exactly. It's about collective achievement often. And sometimes overly boisterous self-promotion can be perceived as, well, a bit much. A confident but understated approach often works best.
Fascinating. So it's not a full pivot, just a slight adjustment to the dial. And what about Asia? That's a whole different ballgame, isn't it?
It absolutely can be. In many Asian cultures, showing respect for hierarchy is paramount. And you want to be careful about overemphasizing individual success.
Oh, so my I spearheaded might need to become more of an I contributed significantly to the successful spearheading by the team.
Something like that, yes. It's often about fitting into the group, contributing to the collective, and showing deference where appropriate. Avoid language that might sound, overly individualistic or boastful. Politeness and humility are highly valued.
Wow, that's a huge difference. So it's like my personal spotlight needs to dim a little bit and the team spotlight gets brighter. And what about general tips for any interview, regardless of location?
A universal truth, Leo, is to research the company culture. This is huge. Every company, even within the same country, has its own vibe, and then tailor your tone accordingly.
So if they're super corporate and buttoned up, I probably shouldn't start with a knock-knock joke, unless it's like a comedy company.
Precisely, and don't forget the power of a genuine smile. It's a simple, universal way to build rapport, show you're approachable and human, even if you're internally panicking about, whether you use the right idiom.
Yeah, a smile can really disarm people. So, in summary, know your audience, adapt your style, and remember that a little research and a friendly face go a long way. Got it. This is genuinely helpful.
Okay, Vicky, I think we've covered the nuances pretty well, but how do you really put all this into practice? Because just knowing it is one thing, saying it confidently is another.
My dear Leo, that's where practice makes perfect. Or at least less awkward. Let's do a little role play, shall we? You be the interviewee, and I'll be the intimidating yet charming interviewer.
Oh, great. Intimidating and charming, my favorite combination. What's the scenario?
The classic. The one that makes everyone's palms sweat a little. Why should we hire you?
Gulp. Okay, hit me.
Well, I bring 3 years of project management experience, having successfully led cross-functional teams, and honestly, I'm passionate about streamlining processes. And my data-driven approach, I think it really aligns with your company's goals.
Yeah, that was definitely realism, not me just forgetting what to say. Totally. But seriously, that answer, it hits all the right notes, doesn't it?
It really does. You highlighted your experience right away. 3 years of project management experience. That's, solid. And then successfully led cross-functional teams, that's showing impact, not just, I was there.
And then the passion bit, because nobody wants to hire someone who's just like, meh, about the job, right? I'm passionate about streamlining processes. That shows enthusiasm and a specific skill set.
Exactly. And the real kicker, the aligning with company goals. That's like saying, hey, I've done my homework and I fit right in here. It's not just about what you want, but what you can bring to them.
So it's like a mini summary of your career, a dash of enthusiasm, and then hey, we're a match. It's pretty concise too.
Very concise, very effective. It gives them the highlights without rambling. Because trust me, interviewers have heard a lot of rambling.
Oh, I can only imagine. So that's a really good template for like how to answer that question. It's not just reciting your resume, it's connecting it to their needs.
Precisely. It's about demonstrating value. And that, my friends, is how you ace that tricky, why should we hire you question.
And now, my dear listeners, after all this invaluable wisdom, this is where you come in.
Oh gosh, Vicky, don't tell me, is it homework? I thought we were past that.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What's the grand challenge? Is it like a dance-off? Because I'm terrible at those.
Even better than a dance-off, because this will actually help your career. Your challenge, should you choose to accept it, is to prepare, and then, if you're feeling brave, even record a 30-second answer to that very question we just role-played. Why should we hire you?
Ooh, spicy. 30 seconds, though? That's like short-form improv for your career.
Exactly. It forces you to be concise, to really distill your value. And here's the kicker. We want you to incorporate at least 2 of those powerful phrases we went over earlier. Think, I spearheaded, or my key strength is, or I'm passionate about.
So it's not just about answering the question, it's like flexing those new vocabulary muscles, right? Showing off your linguistic gains.
Precisely. We want to hear how you weave them in naturally. The goal is to really show them, whoever them might be, that you are the perfect fit for the role. Not just good, but perfect.
Wow, perfect fit. That's a high bar, Vicky. But you know what? I think our listeners are up to it. They've been through this whole episode with us. They've got the tools.
They absolutely do. Think of it as your audition for your dream job. Take that 30 seconds, make it punchy, make it confident, and, just really own it. No pressure, though, remember. Just maximum opportunity.
Exactly. But seriously, this kind of focus practice, it's invaluable. The more you articulate your value out loud, the more natural and confident it becomes in a real interview setting. So, get practicing.